and you'll open the door. Vanish and he'll make you shine, shine like the sun.
So if I asked you, like, what have I got in my hand or something at this moment, although I've been standing here like this, you wouldn't know. Although I've been standing here like this and whatever for quite some time. And the thing is that the thing you can say, is it there? No, not for you. You see? So what is the fact of the thing? It's in the perception. And for each one is different. So my point is, all of this is here. It's equally available for sensory perception. But you don't see it. Why? Because you no interest. Well, you don't have any interest in it, you don't perceive. Although you can say physically it's there. But the physicality of a thing is not the evidence of its reality. It's your perception that make it. So it's the same thing like with the you say the mind is there and the mind comes. But as you find a greater fascination, which is, the fact that yourself is always constantly present, not growing or, it's just totally perfect, full, harmonious, complete, no? And so there's no thirst in it, there's no lacking in it, there's no aspiration in it, But it's just beyond that. The mind cannot conceive of that. It says, if there was such a state, I'd be bored, because it just knows that in the phenomenal world, if something is fixed for too long, you get tired of it, you get bored with it, you see? But even the one who gets bored with it, it's itself also phenomenal, you see? And then somehow, gradually, I am habituating the attention and the mind to understand these things, and as they understand them, becomes a new order, a new way, a new freshness in your mind. And so all these things that used to trouble you, they don't trouble you anymore. Although you didn't get rid of them, you did not get rid of them, Suppose every single thing that you look upon, you have to register its importance. You have to register, that thing, and this thing now exists like this. You'll be dead in a short time. You would just be completely, cuckoo in a short time. The fact is that the senses can be open, but something is not shopping through them. You're not looking for connection. And it's that is the self inside it. It's not searching for connection, and yet it allows perception to happen and to all these things and joy to be there and interactions to be there without losing anything of its potency, its power or something. It's the same thing. We say the mind because we think mind, and the mind become, because in some place, even the concept of mind, in my country, we don't talk about mind. It's funny, we don't talk about the mind. They'll say mind your own business, but they don't talk about my mind is in my mind, because if you talk like that, people think you're crazy. My mind is so full of noise. My mind. I've never heard it growing up. Maybe not. I don't know. But I never heard this phrase, mind and concepts and stuff. It was I'm not saying that's particularly such a great thing, but we just don't have that. But I think it's good in the sense that when we hear when things go wrong, we talk about our mind is doing this, mind is doing that. Whereas in my culture, we're not talking so much about the mind. You just forget about it. Say it's just like that. Sometimes it's like that. And but this concept of mind became such a big thing. Like mind is the devil. It's doing this. But what we believe about mind, we believe it into a kind of existence or a reality.
More and more it feels here that it's like in this field of perceiving, there's everything, but in a very still, quiet way. And maybe mind is this little speck, but there's also the sound of the birds and everything. So it's just another something that's...
All that is mind also. All of it is mind.
All of what is...
The hearing of the birds and everything, it's all mind. I don't say mind is bad like that. But mind in the form of the person, this is where trouble is. But mind is a form of nature and diversity and so on. It's a self, no? But in this aspect as the person, who suffers from the mind, it is very tricky. Is it the person, the consciousness, gives this power of belief to what we call mind and identity, and it becomes notions that come almost as though independent, sentient expressions, independent of the great totality of something.
Is it also the same with subtle energies, like really subtle energies that you can sometimes feel? Like,
This is a very good, if you had to get it, if you had to get what I'm saying before you were sunburned, then, because I like this type of thing, because otherwise, it's like this, no? So if I say, if everybody had to, okay, wait until the height of the day, 12 o'clock, take all your clothes off, stand in the sun, and see who first gets this, I think you probably will get it. Because we have time for a mind, we have time to, and we don't realize it. And so we even fool ourselves that we are trying to we're getting closer and stuff, but it's an indulgence. If you had to, you must always approach inquiry like it's an emergency. And you get to the point very quick, If you're sitting on some hot seat that just keeps getting hotter, like every minute they turn it up like one of these kind of like electric cookers or something, and turn it up, and you just have to get it, or else your house is on fire or whatever. Something would happen, I think, like this. We would drop a lot of things. You drop a lot of things. Like when you're sick, your mind can't go into too many directions. I just point back that you come to emptiness. Everything is solved. Everything is solved. Because nothing can survive in there. Now, the thing is that we value so many aspects of the mind. You think, yes, this part is good, and you give so much value to it. And so because you give value to it, you're not willing to let go of it. Then it heightens in the sense of importance. But in another state, when you're in an even state, you're not attracted to that thing at all. That's how ephemeral these functions and these players. Nothing. So this even now as I'm speaking, it is from no mind. I don't have to pick up. Oh yes, this is mine. It means nothing at all to say that. Is it necessary? Speaking, acting is all come from no mind or no person. And so it's just a space, and in that space, whatever feels appropriate seems to come. And if it feels that it was a mistake, it's quite okay too. That is the important thing, you see. That there isn't this need for accuracy, and did that really happen, and what to do. And this is all mind. It's all building up the kind of psychological noise from mind. You're empty somehow, then you don't have 5 or 6 things going on at once. You're just moving about. Somebody calls, boy, can I talk to you? You're not thinking at all, it's just responding. Like I say, somebody calls you brother, one calls you uncle, one calls you nephew, one calls you son, one calls you husband, one calls you whatever. And which one of those things are you? Exactly, fundamentally. Yeah. So, and yet each of those roles, you respond to them without thinking. Oh, I'm in the position of uncle now. Answers uncle. No, automatically, spontaneously, response come. The same with life. What's in the way of that? Just a sense of mistrust. You feel that we need some technique to do something. We don't need any of that at all. What techniques do birds have? Or the cows? They're just life unfolding like that. And I find that after some experience of, learning about things and so on, nothing is greater than just to be empty. There's not that practicing emptiness. I don't know about that. I don't know. If you are interested in the self, it's bringing you to emptiness. You understand? It's not bringing you to... If it wishes to express or experience as knowledge in this form, it will do it. It will just put in this insatiable appetite for learning. But generally, it will bring you to emptiness. That is the real fulfillment of evolution, is evolution towards this emptiness. What I call emptiness. Because there only the totality has its spontaneity and its freshness, its capacity to express in different directions. Everything else is either north or east or northwest or south or something. But when you are just nothing, In any direction you can move. It's like it can, you see, and automatically something is doing it. You don't need to be an identity to do that. This is what I'm trying to. That's the point I'm trying to make here. And we keep referring back to the person, the last thing you thought, and the last place you went, and who you were yesterday, and so on. And we just need to be aware of this and look and just confirm. But this is nothing. As you confirm in yourself, but this is not anything at all. It begins to die right there. Don't you know? I mean, it begins to die. You turn away from it. It's like somebody trying to sell you something and you're interested for a moment. You see what it is. You say, no. Then you immediately, the relationship is over. And it's the same with thoughts or anything. The minute you look and see that, it's of no value to me, really you see it, then right there begins to slip away. It's going out. The thing is, we're not quite sure. We're a bit afraid to be so definite. We like to keep a little door open here and there. And so through these, the tendrils of the mind come through. And little by little bit, you fall asleep again, believing these things to be true. There's nothing.
But is it like a form of attention? For example, if you if you really have to concentrate on something, like programming, for example, sometimes you struggle because you're using the mind, and because you give attention to it, and if like
you remember this thing, all of this is inside consciousness. It knows quite well how to do it. It can build a spaceship. On Mount Yes, and fly quite well to where it wants to go, if it wants to do it, without being confused. Because all of it is inherent in the consciousness. You see, it's nothing, it's not mind and consciousness, and when I'm in mind, no, just thought. It can do anything at all. You can do anything at all. God makes all of this and support it without being distracted. This power is in us. This power is there, and it makes this function. Don't doubt yourself. You can do everything you need to do according to life. Not, if you say you're projecting from the person, because that is already a distortion. It's a kind of corrupted kind of form of consciousness. No? And the game is to more and more come back into your harmony, because in your harmony is your universality. If you go more with the egoic self, then your power is diminished. It's a fact like that. Everybody experiences that. But if your urge is for truth, and then you're growing more into universality, into stillness, into your natural functioning, your natural way, and you'll not be afraid of things, because you don't assign them to yourself. You don't say, I want to go and do this thing. Like nature introduces them through feeling and thought like this, and you find that there's something feels compatible with your energy. And then you just make the first step, and you see that the forces come unexpectedly to fulfill that thing. And through that, your confidence comes. You say, my God, this is sanctioned by the universe.
Yeah.
Because where would help come from? We come here Monte Sahaja, and we don't know who is coming. One by one people come, and people come with diverse abilities and so on. And it's just the right people we need. My God, how did it come? We don't know anything like this. But it's not that it just come like this and we just recognize, because you have to work through your processes, because you may be prejudiced against someone who is the very person you need. You see? So you have to overcome yourself. It's not that life doesn't make it so easy. If you got an ego, it make it more difficult. Huh? You see? John Wayne say, life is difficult, but it's more difficult if you're stupid. Or if you're selfish, make it more difficult. So the whole purpose is to become, again, more in your heart. As you become more heart, you become more intuitive. Your choices are more accurate and more harmonious.
It flows more.
The flow is there already. It's just that you come to recognize it. The flow. Your ignorance doesn't stop the flow. It just blinds you to the obviousness of it. The thing is there. Or when you realize yourself, you realize, oh my God, everything is going so beautiful. I mean, all these things are so beautiful. It was always there, but you did not resource it. You did not recognize it, because you're more focused on your projection, which is more individual, more personal. So it's just that get cut, and your universal eyes open, and you see, wow, look at this. I'm doing nothing, and everything seems to be happening. You see, it's simple like that. And for everybody. You know, for the demons also, if they stop giving trouble, they start saying, oh, but wait a minute, I don't know if I'm quite happy like this also. Yeah? But at the same time, they have a role to play because something, a seed is in them that they're part of the total play. But you don't get to play the same part all the time. You know, because the demons have to evolve also. After a while, they get fed up. I'm tired of making people, miserable. I want to look like this guy over there. And the boss says, "Are you sure?" I'm tired of causing grief. Okay, go and try it out, or whatever. Everything is compelled. You cannot be the same thing all the time. You have to be evolving. That's life. It's like this. And to change your course, as impelled by your own karmic thrust. It's wonderful when you let go of steering. You think, oh my God, I'm going to crash, and then what happens? You fly. Yeah? You see, and it's so, you see, this is the thing, but we must get over the mistrust, you see. And while you're in the person by nature is mistrustful, you see. Untrusting and untrustworthy also themselves. You see? So how to do it? Life through all the situations. You don't have to be religious or spiritual in those titles, because everything is spiritual. You see? It's just when you come to know that, my God, there is an order taking care, there's some power that is somehow guiding all of this. And the arrogance in us makes us not see this. And that's why you panic and think that things have to be right because you make them right or something like this. So it's just easy. I don't want to go through those channels of trying to work in that kind of human way too much, because then the best you can do is to develop another angle. And there are many angles. Like the body is one body, but there are thousands of ways to treat it. Look how many disciplines, Chinese medicine, Reiki, acupuncture, this, every kind of thing, but the body is still just a body. So the different approaches to it is just to show the different strands you can try, but none of them are totally complete. And what you're finding out here is to be in that completeness. Don't to be a version, don't be a tribe, to come into your completeness. This is the most universal discovering, actually, because you're not being taught how to be a Muslim, Hindu, Christian, or atheist, whatever. So those are titles, they are not what you are. You have to come to emptiness. You come to emptiness, you find that you're still fully here in emptiness, in spite of everything is becoming empty, but you are still fully here. This discovery must not be postponed. Each time we go back to the mind offers you a little thing to try and keep you sort of like signed up. And the more you're signed up, you have less time to look at this, to look inward. It's so simple. And I want to start seeing more greater results now. I want to see my investments. They have to be blooming, blooming, no, not blooming ridiculous. Blooming, because when people say, "Yeah, my life is good," well, of course. What's the big deal about it? Of course, your life has to be better. Of course, it's going to be more quiet, but we're not there yet. Don't settle for that. Don't settle for gifts. Come completely. You must come back to the source itself, you see. I'm happy, oh yeah, now I find my mind is more intuitive. Yes. I find that somehow, that I get on better with my family. Oh, okay. I'm not overwhelmed, I don't get depressed. Yeah, so what? You see, otherwise you're stroking yourself on the back and doing so well. I said, no, I'm not good enough. Sun satsang? If you're gonna go, you're in the sun so long, you start to look like me. You still don't get it? Start to sound like Indian. No, Swamiji never told me.
You're the sun.
If I am the sun, then I'm going to burn everybody.
Knock and he'll open the door. Vanish and he'll make you shine. Shine like the sun. Fall and he'll raise you to the heavens. Oh, he'll raise you to the heavens. Become nothing and he'll turn you into everything. He'll turn you into everything. Knock and he'll open the door. Vanish and he'll make you shine. Shine like the sun. Fall and he'll raise you to the heavens.